Welcome back, trainers, and we're going to be doing the Power of Heracross, the regional exclusive to South America and some parts of Florida. This is a special Pokemon for me, and I'll be talking all about that. For now, we're going to go ahead and look at the stats and then compare it to a few other fighting types and bug types as well, just to see what we have going on. Now, I want you to take a look at this gym here, because this Heracross is going to put in some work. Yes, it is cloudy weather out and it is getting a boost on its fighting types. Now, this Blissey doesn't have Dazzling Gleam, which would be the ideal defense set, but nonetheless, I want you to check it out. And with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at its stats and discuss its potential in Pokemon Go. On the Go Hub, so let's go ahead and go over the stats for Heracross and see what it has here. Dual type of bug and fighting. I really like bug type because, well, Pokemon was made around bug types in the very beginning. Then they shifted into like dinosaur types of things, and nowadays it's just getting extremely wacky. But that's one of the reasons why I'm a fan of bugs, is because that's where Pokemon came from. Fighting types, because I just like the fighting spirit, and they're just so usable in many situations in Pokemon Go and in the main series as well. So let's go ahead and talk about its stats here. Max CP potential 2,938, attack 234, defense 189, and stamina 160. If you've seen that attack stat before on another fighting type Pokemon, think about it for a second. It has 4 arms. That's right, Machamp has the same attack stat as Heracross, which is pretty crazy considering this thing can learn counter as well. Now, Dynamic Punch is going to be outperforming close combat, which Heracross does have, unfortunately, so it's just going to be outshined by Machamp just a little bit. But we're going to go over the comparisons and see what we have going on. For now, let's go ahead and look at the damage output, and then we'll see Machamp's. So Heracross's best moveset, counter, and close combat with the DPS cycle wave, 22-14 damage per second. So that's fairly good. We're going to look at Machamp's, and it's actually going to be 23. So it's not far behind, but Machamp is still what you're going to want. Not only that, but Heracross is a regional exclusive and not available to everybody, so most of the time you get one. If you don't live in the area where they're at, you're going to probably have to dump rare candies and or walk it as your buddy for a very long time. And I dumped a lot of rare candies into it, and I'm still happy I did, because I'll tell you here in a moment. So we have weaknesses. Flying is going to be 4 times weak to flying. Then it's going to be weak to fairy, fire, and psychic. Resisting bug, dark, fighting, grass, and ground types. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at its moves and see what its best moveset is. I know we just went over this a couple videos ago, but this is a dedicated video to Heracross. Counter Dynamic Punch, counter Mega Horn, counter Earthquake, Struggle Bug, close combat, Struggle Bug, Mega Horn, and there you go. I switched both of my moves on my maxed out 1-2 counter and then close combat. It only took me 1 try, thank goodness, because Earthquake is, I wouldn't say useless on it, but you definitely don't want it. So yeah, went with counter and close combat in the cloudy weather, getting that weather boost. So let's go ahead and compare it to Machamp. So let's look at the stats here. So we have max CP potential for Machamp, 2,889, attack 234, same as Heracross, defense 162, and stamina 180. Now let's go ahead and see what they have for the DPS cycle, 23.78. So just a little bit better than Heracross, but not that much better. The only thing is, because of that Dynamic Punch, which is going to be a 2-charge bar move for quite a significant amount of damage. Now, it is the most OP fighting move in the game currently, but we have a couple other ones coming up. And what are those 2 better fighting moves coming down the line? We have Drain Punch and Focus Punch. Now, these are Glade's tutor moves right here. Heracross will be able to learn Focus Punch, which is going to be a massively strong move, maybe even a 2-charge bar equivalent to Dynamic Punch. So the Pokemon that cannot learn that are going to have the potential to learn it. So on my last video, people were saying, oh, Glade cannot learn the same moves that Machamp has. And you're right, for the current moveset that makes Machamp so beast, which I was kind of like, well, if Glade gets the same move as Machamp, which I shouldn't have said. But what we can say is, if it does receive Drain Punch and Focus Punch, Drain Punch being a quick move, and then Focus Punch being a 2-charge bar move for like 110, kind of like an outrage, then Glade is going to certainly probably be the best fighting offense attacker and gym defender for fighting types in the game, other than Hariyama. That one is pretty defensive, so and HP heavy as well. So I think that they'll keep the title for the top fighting type gym defender. But Glade's not going to be bad with that massive defense. On to the topic for Heracross. It has the potential to do as good as Machamp in the future if it learns Focus Punch. Now, why, oh why did I spend all those rare candies and invest in this and in the Stardust as well? Well, I mean, it's Heracross, guys. Let me tell you something. My dad was born in Costa Rica. I've been there several times. I've seen bugs kind of like this. I used to use Heracross in the main series games. I enjoy it. I just like this Pokemon. It's a cool design, and it takes me back to the original roots of Pokemon. And that's simply it. Not only that, but it's a regional exclusive. I got 13 in attack, or should I say 14 attack. I'm good to go. I'm happy with this. It's above 80%. I have a male and a female, so maybe I'll be able to breed them down the line and get some sort of good IVs. I don't know how that's going to work in Pokemon Go. Now, is that all for Heracross? Is that it? Machamp is better and easily outclassed by Scizor or Scissor. So what is it really good for exactly at the moment? Currently, it's just going to be that neat regional exclusive fighting type Pokemon. Alright, you can use it as a bug offensively or defensively, however you like to drop in the gym. But we're not over yet. Down the line in the future, this thing is going to become something different, which is going to be a Mega Heracross. That's right, Mega. So let's go ahead and go over that right now. Mega Heracross is going to still be a bug and fighting type. These stats are subject to change, but are pretty on point as far as the attack, defense, and stamina. Max CP potential for Mega Heracross at 100% IV, 4,495. Attack, 334. Defense, 228. And stamina, 160. Now, just because it's going to receive a Mega doesn't mean it's going to be the best fighting type in the game, because then you're going to have Mega Glade as well. Mega Metacham. Machamp does not have a Mega form, but there's going to be rival fighting types in different generations down the line. We still have no idea how these Megas are going to work. We don't know what the cooldown is, the requirements. Maybe it's going to be like a short burst for you to be able to use them, and then the cooldown is just some ridiculous time. So it's just going to be kind of a little fun interaction to have with your Pokemon to beat OP for about, I don't know, a couple rounds in gyms or raids or whatnot. So just keep that in mind. But it does have a Mega, food for thought. And if you're wondering what the best bug attackers currently in Pokemon Go are, that's going to be Scizor, Pinsir, Scyther, then Heracross, unfortunately. So with the introduction to Gen 4, you're going to see ya boy Yan Mega rise up to nearly the top, if not the top, depending on the moveset. And if you like this video, please do not be scared to hit that like button. It's just going to help me out. So if you could do that, that would be much appreciated. With that said, trainers, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be catching you on the next one. Enjoy the rest of these gym battles, and take care.